Hey, this is Joe from 718 Cyclery and Outdoors, and today we're going to talk about sleeping bags and some of the big kind of concepts you should kind of go through when you're thinking about buying a sleeping bag. And in my mind, when folks come in the shop and they ask for a sleeping bag, there's three real questions that I have for them. The first is temperature rating, the second is fill type, and the third is size or shape. So let's go through those real quick. The first is temperature rating. So sleeping bags are rated for different temperatures, meaning that a bag that's rated for 15 degrees would be a bag that's going to keep you warmer than a bag that's rated for 40 degrees. And again, these aren't hard scientific numbers. You know, people sleep warm, people sleep cold, people have more gear on, people can use liners. There's all kinds of ways to kind of mitigate the temperatures, but it's just used as a way to kind of compare one bag to another and also give you an idea of what you're going to be what conditions you can kind of find yourself comfortable in. And the way I think about that too is that, you know, bags that are 30 degrees and more sometimes are even called summer bags, which seems kind of strange. From 15 degrees to 30 degrees, sometimes they're called a 3-season bag. And below 15 degrees and below, you're talking about a winter sleeping bag. I have a few that I use in our micro tours, and it ranges because we do these trips year round. And to show you an example real quick of what they look like, because a bag that's rated for colder temperatures, a 15-degree bag, is going to have more stuff in it. It's going to be a bigger, bulkier bag because there's more fill in there to keep you warmer. So as an example, this here is a 40-degree bag, right? This is definitely a winter bag. This is a bag I'll probably use next season. So 40 degrees and above, right? This is what it's kind of rated for. You'll see the size. This bag, which is a bag I'll be using shortly, is a 15-degree bag. Now it looks really big and bulky on screen there. It's really massive. I'll get this down with a compression sack, but just as a comparison, you can see how much bigger a 15-degree bag is compared to a 40-degree bag. All right, the second piece of this is going to be the fill type. The two fill types are down or synthetic. Down certainly has some nice properties in terms of it being compressible, in terms of being lighter, in terms of being a more efficient way to keep you warm. You know, there are issues with the acquisition of down and animal rights issues, for sure. A lot of sleeping bag companies have signed on to a couple different kind of global agreements about sourcing down and doing it responsibly and ethically, but that's not the point of this video. So down is a little more expensive. It's a nicer kind of fill. Synthetic is going to be a little cheaper. It's going to be a little heavier, but it's also going to, it has actually some better properties when it gets wet, which is, you know, rather interesting. So kind of making the decision between down and synthetic is the next kind of fork in the road. So the third thing I like to think about when it comes to sleeping bags is the shape. And there are two kinds of shapes essentially with some variations. There's a mummy shape and there's a rectangular shape. The mummy shape is kind of tapered down like this. They certainly pack down smaller. They're a lot more efficient in terms of heating because there's a lot less kind of void space inside the bag because you're kind of like nice and snug in there. For me personally, I move around a lot, got bigger shoulders, so I like a rectangular bag. So certainly that'll pack down a little bigger and not be as efficient in terms of heating because there is more kind of open void space. But you can kind of get up and capture that with like a liner or something like that. So in the end, those are the three things that I ask, the three questions that I ask when folks come in and ask about sleeping bags. We sell sleeping bags here at 718, so check it out. Love if you could subscribe to the channel or even follow the channel or like it or do all the things that people on YouTube videos kind of beg you to do. Do that, please, that'd be great. But anyway, thanks for watching and I hope you have a great rest of the day.